Alright, so for today's video, right, we are actually going to share with you guys an imposter among us. Okay, so for today's topic, right, we are actually going to talk about a new fish that we have actually added into the COVID tank. So you can see it right over here. This is a very, very special tank. So I've always wanted to put a tank into this tank. Yeah, okay, it's quite hard to say, but yeah, tank in the tank. But like, I also want to put something in, but because the tank is so small compared to like the 5 feet fish only tank, right? This tank itself, I need to put something that I need to choose one or maybe two, but then I felt that one is the max that I will go for this tank. So I wanted something very special, something very unique. So for those of you guys who do not know, right, I'm actually a very, very, very big fan of the zebrasoma species. So the reason why I'm actually very, very interested in zebrasomas, right? So for you guys who don't know what is zebrasomas, right, these guys are like your yellow tang, purple tang, black tang, gem tang. So they come in so many different regions, right? So one thing that really intrigues me a lot, right, is one single fish that looks exactly the same, but different region, right? They come in so many different colors. Like we have the Indonesian, the Philippine, we have the Scopas, which is the brown tang. We have from Hawaii, which is the yellow tang. From Red Sea, we have the purple tang. And then same thing back in Hawaii, we have the black tang. And then to the Indian Ocean or the South African section, we have the gem tang. So they all look almost similar, and they comes in a huge price range, from as cheap as your brown tang, being affordably wise, you can get about $12 to about $16, or even cheaper at some places, all the way to your gem tangs and your black tangs that go all the way up to more than about $1,000 a single fish. So range wise, they're actually pretty widely spread, and all of you guys will know, right? Every single one of you guys will have a yellow tang in your tank. It could be yellow tang or purple tang, but these guys are like a bread and butter for all of our marine hobbies collection. So I believe whenever I go to everybody's tank, right, there's at least one tang. Either it's a yellow tang, a purple tang, a Scopas tang, or the higher end collectors will have the black tang and the gem tang in it as well. So even myself, right, I have quite a couple of them here in the studio before. So today, right, I'm actually going to talk to you guys what's so special about why am I going for a zebrasoma again. So if you guys can see behind me here, right, I actually got a very, very interesting tank. Some of you guys may be watching this whole part here, been wondering, like, is this a yellow tang? Is this a Scopas tang? Is this a very aberrant species? So I've actually got the gem tang over this side already, so I wanted something that's very different. I didn't want just a common yellow tang, so I actually reached out all the way to our good friends from Iwarna. So I actually spoke to Chin Kai that I've known that in Philippines, right, they actually do collect really, really nice aberrants and the mixture of the different colors of Scopas tangs. So Scopas are actually one of the most affordable tangs, but then they are one of the craziest color mix in our collection, of our hobby collection right now. We have seen stuff from the aberrant Scopas, which looks like this. It's like the blue face with a brown body. We have koi Scopas, which is pretty crazy though. They come in like bicolor, tricolors. Like Scopas from that region of Philippines, like, actually have like these crazy patterns. We also seen before aberrants yellow tang, which is our famous Casper for worldwide coral, all the way. I've also seen a white tang before in my life, a white yellow tang, which they can actually go up to a price more than about $8,000 for a fish. So it's pretty crazy. But then, yeah, I'm not going to spend that money on those guys. So what I did was actually I reached out to them, and I know that RVS always do bring in a very unique fish that I have right now, which is the Yellow Scopas Tang. So yes, you didn't hear me wrongly. Scopas Tang, right, do come in a yellow variant as well. These guys are a lot more harder to come by. They are only been found in the Philippines, and I know that one collector that actually collects them a lot is RVS. RVS Fish World actually do collect these guys pretty often from your Philippine shipment. Price wise, they are not very cheap. These guys are at least more than 10 times the price of your normal average Scopas Tang. So it's pretty an expensive fish for you guys to actually break the wallet out to spend the money on a Scopas. But if you guys have a closer look at it right now, right, you guys can actually see why these guys are so highly sought after. So if you guys have seen a normal yellow tang before, right, these guys are like very pastel, very striking yellow, a flawless, just a matte, flawless finish yellow tang, right? But for a yellow Scopas, right, it has this very cool thing, and Scopas actually have a lot of different hybrids. So if you see this guy over here, right, it's more yellowish, more like a dirty yellow mustard color. But the cool thing about this guy, right, it retains the Scopas little spots speckled in it. So if you really look at it closely, right, especially if you do a little bit of TLC for these guys, right now you see the one in my tank. You can actually see that very nice yellowish color. And during days when he's actually very comfortable and he's glowing, right, you can actually see that little speck on him. So he looks like a miniature or a different color type of gem tank, but then in its own unique way. So like for this tank, because being so small, I wanted it to be something unique, something special. So this is why I went for this guy. So it's pretty small right now. If you guys want to get them, right, you can still always look out for Iwarna shipment, I believe. Look out for their Philippine shipment. Whenever they come in with Philippine shipment, right, you should be able to find the Yellow Scopas Tang in their shipment, depending on whether they can collect it or not during that region at that point of time. But then this one piece here is pretty interesting. I had him for, I believe, going about a month plus already. When he first came out, he was pretty beat up, and then later on right now, he's in his full glory. So it's actually a really nice fish to own. And the reason why I have him here is just because I needed a cleanup crew just to settle all the algae stuff. So that's why I have him here. So yeah, if you guys ever want to get if you guys ever seen a yellow tang that doesn't look like a yellow tang, right, chances are you are looking at a Yellow Scopas Tang. It's definitely going to be more expensive than your normal yellow tang. And it's definitely going to be way more expensive than your normal Scopas Tang. But if you guys want something that's very different from an average yellow tang or a purple tang, right, this is one fish that you guys can go for. So today's video is really just about tangs and all the different types of zebrasomas. Care level wise for zebrasomas, they are pretty bulletproof. Regardless you are buying a Scopas Tang or even a $1,000 black tang, these guys are pretty much bulletproof. They take any sort of food. These guys do very well with pellets. These guys do very well with algae, with seaweed, with nori, even with mysis, brine shrimp. I've never ever had a zebrasoma that don't eat. These guys are pretty much bulletproof. Next thing that you guys worry about is ick. Most tanks have ick problems, right? But zebrasomas, once they pull through this little ick cycle of them, right, these guys are literally fish that will never ever die. They are actually a very hardy species to go for. So if you ever wanted one that is hardworking, that constantly graze, but then they actually are very hardy tanks, right? The zebrasomas is actually one fish that you guys should go out for. It's up to you on your price point, on your wallet, whether you want to spend on a Scopas tank or you want to spend on a black tank or a gem tank. To me, right, all of them looks good. If I can actually put all 6 of them in this tank, I will give it a try. But this is the downside for them. Zebrasomas are very aggressive when it comes to the same species. So if you're going to put like a yellow tang, a purple tang, a black tang, and a gem tang into the same tank, right, chances are they will gang up the bully one, or they will just keep going after each other. I used to have a previous fowler, which actually have like the purple, the yellow, the sailfin, the gem, the Scopas in it. And every single day, right, even though they do not kill each other, but you have to understand that you will always see split fin almost every day. So aesthetic wise, it's not going to look good. And these guys are very aggressive. So if you want to, right, like for a tank this size, right, you can always go for just one of them. Or if you have a very large tank like this over here, the 5 feet, the 6 feet, right, you can actually opt for like 3, 5 of it. So if you guys want to know more about how you can actually comb tanks together, right, I will probably do another video on tank aggression, how to introduce tank. I know that a lot of you guys have been asking me like for the 5 feet itself, right, how I actually introduce new fish into it when you have all the dominant fishes in it. So I'm actually going to do like another video, right? So if you want to watch that video, right, leave a comment down below to let me know that you want to see another video like this on how to deter on tank aggression, or even on tank aggression, on angel aggression, right? I'll give you steps by steps and little tricks that I do here and there to actually help me to comb all these fishes together. But I believe I'm pretty much done for today's video on introducing this fish. It's a very unique fish. I really like it a lot. Same thing, if you guys like all the videos that we put up for you guys, right? Hit the subscribe button, like, share it out. Comment below if you guys want to see a couple of more other stuff, especially on the COVID tank build. There's a lot more things that I want to do on this tank, which I will probably do it soon. There is another fish that I want to show you guys on this tank, which I will keep it for the next video. But till then, like, subscribe, share it out, and I'll see you guys soon next week.